Hey everybody, Pokemon Atui here, and today I have an amazing battle for you guys. This battle is going to be against Togevoir, one of the coaches of the NPL. His Twitter and his YouTube will be in the description. Definitely check him out. He is pretty good at battling. I'd say he's adequate, I suppose. He's actually also one of the favorites to win the NPL. That survey was taken by me. The person who was voting for that was also me. I believe he's like number 3 in the power rankings. Anyway, Toge's team is horrifying. He has an Infernape, which is extraordinarily good in this league. He has Mega Diancie, which is always scary. Tangrowth is disgusting. Santa Christ is with him, and he's going to wreak havoc on me. Uxie is just a defensive monster and can be annoying. Manaphy, if it sets up, is going to be a problem. And Raikou, which is also pretty scary. So, I'm actually expecting him to bring Scarf Raikou, because that's the only way he could outspeed my Mega Aerodactyl and my Yanmega. But on the other hand, one of the great things about this team is if you decide to bring a Choice Electricmon, I have 2 ground types that can pretty easily switch into it, so you better be really careful with that. Also, with my Max, I am running a Max Bedef Seismitoad to take on potential Grass Knot from Infernape, Energy Ball from Manaphy, Grass Move from Uxie. I can live 1 Giga Drain and from Tangrowth and hit it back with a Sludge Bomb, and take on the Diancie. I'm not going to go into the rest of the sets. I'll kind of go into that as the battle goes on, and I really encourage you guys to stay till the end, because this is one of the best battles I think I've ever had. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but this is the semi-final match of the entire NPT. This match determines who is the winner of the Silver Division and who gets to move on to play in the finals. So let's get into this match, and I hope you guys enjoy as much as I do. So I'm going to lead with my Aerodactyl as he lead with his Uxie, which I actually predicted perfectly, because I am actually running Taunt on this Mega Aerodactyl specifically for this, as well as potentially the Infernape if I'm feeling ballsy. So I'm going to taunt it, and then I'm going to hit it with an Aerial Ace just to get off damage. I didn't think this thing would do much to me, but it's actually carrying Thunderbolt, which still doesn't do that much because Uxie isn't that strong. But here I decided to go into my Victini, and I decided to just go for a U-turn and probably U-turn out into my either my Yanmega or my Sandslash, but he's actually faster than me. I was only running 8 Speed EVs on this thing because I wanted it to be as bulky as possible to take on a Scald from Manaphy and the Infernape, but I really expected him to be slower. But after the match I asked him, and he was running a decent amount of speed on it, so, you know. Anyway, I'm going to end up taunting the Tangrowth and going for a Toxic as he goes for the Rock Slide, predicting my Victini, which is good for me because Rock Slide does absolutely nothing, and I actually stay in and go for the Iron Head because I want to see what this Tangrowth has. If it's running Focus Blast, Rock Slide, Knockoff, Giga Drain, it could be a huge threat. And here, I figured he might go Infernape, but I didn't want to risk it, so I just go for the taunt on that thing, as Victini just eats up this Life Orb Fire Blast like it's nothing. Here, I was debating what move I should go for, but I decided to go for the U-turn. Had I gone for a Zen Headbutt, this Diancie would have been a little bit more weakened, but since it hasn't Mega Evolved, it wouldn't have done much. But this allows me a free switch back out into my Cobalion, and I'm just going to continue to go for the Iron Heads. Because and right here, I go for the taunt, and he's revealed that he has Sleep Powder. So I'm starting to think that this thing does not have Focus Blast, and does not have a real way to hit me. So luckily for me, I just get to keep going for Iron Heads, though Uxie is going to be able to take it like it's nothing, and I'm kind of forced to switch out into, well actually no, I don't switch out, I end up going for the taunt just to prevent him from going anything, but he ends up switching out into his Raikou, which is fine because I am using a specially defensive Seismitoad, so as you'll see, this HP Grass with a crit does nothing, and I'm able to get my rocks up, which should be there to stay because he has no hazard removal. And because of the Rindo Berry, the second HP Grass is not going to not be able to knock me out, and I'm just going to Earthquake, but he has a Shuka Berry, which sucks, because I really wanted more damage on that, so I could guarantee a kill with the Yanmega, but luckily I'm able to go into my Mega Aerodactyl and just finish him off with an Earthquake, so it doesn't really matter anyway, I suppose. Here he ends up going into Manaphy, and I had a couple options here. I could switch out into Cobalion, and just go for a close combat, weaken this thing, come back in with something else, and kill it. I could go Victini, hoping I could live 2 Scalds and not get paralyzed, or I could stay in, get damage off on this thing with the Thunder Fang, and then finish off the kill with something else. And I actually decide to stay in and go for Thunder Fang for 2 reasons. One is because I have a little secret on one of my mons in the back that I want this thing weakened for, and 2, because I don't really have a switch into a Scald. So I'm going to go for the Thunder Fang, and it does about 2/3 HP as I let my Mega Aerodactyl go down. And then I go out into my Cobalion, and I can just click Close Combat, nothing really wants to switch in. Uxie would have died to CC plus Iron Head anyway. Tangrowth could have came in, but like as we've seen earlier, it can't really do much to me. And here I really thought he would not go for the Fire Blast, because he saw how little it did to my Victini. And it was such an easy switch, but unfortunately I make the mistake of going for it anyway. So here I go for the V-Create on the Uxie, just to knock it out. Of course it's gonna kill, it's a freaking V-Create. And here he actually goes Tangrowth, and I couldn't understand why. I understand he has Rock Slide, but that's not gonna kill me, and Occa Berry. And he eats it. So unfortunately, this Tangrowth is continuing to be an issue, and he's actually going to outspeed me now because of the paralysis and, you know, the -2 speed drop. So here I have to go Yanmega, and I am carrying the right coverage to knock out the rest of his team, so I'm just going to go for a Bug Buzz on this thing. It's going to kill it, and then I do have the Giga Drain for this Mega Diancie, so I'm going to get my speed boost. I'm definitely going to outspeed. He has to Mega Evolve, so he can't stay pre-Mega Evolved, and I go for the Giga Drain, and he lives! He frickin' lives! And he kills me with the Diamond Storm. So now, I lose, because this thing goes for Moonblast, which automatically has a chance to knock me out, and if it doesn't knock me out, this thing probably has Mach Punch in order to kill me. So there's absolutely nothing I can do, except have a Choice Scarf Sandslash! I am so happy that this worked. When I was building for his team, I looked very briefly. I looked at his mons, Raikou, Mega Diancie, Infernape, all of which get one-shotted by its Sandslash's Earthquake, so all I needed was the speed, and all I needed was to get rid of his Tangrowth, his Uxie, and his Manaphy. And Scarf Sandslash, I'm making you meta. I'm making you a part of the meta, man. So, great game, Toge. I'm sorry that I wrecked you as hard as I did with a Scarf Sandslash, but, you know, maybe you'll take this match and you'll learn from it, and, you know, maybe you'll succeed somewhat in the NPL. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I certainly did. And we're in the finals. So, coming up tomorrow, we got the finals match. And, yeah. See you then, man.